This afternoon I spoke with Governor Malloy and FBI Director Mueller. I offered Governor Malloy my condolences on behalf of the nation and made it clear he will have every single resource that he needs to investigate this heinous crime, care for the victims, counsel their families. We've endured too many of these tragedies in the past few years, and each time I learn the news, I react not as a president, but as anybody else would, as a parent. And that was especially true today. I know there's not a parent in America who doesn't feel the same overwhelming grief that I do. The majority of those who died today were children. Beautiful little kids between the ages of 5 and 10 years old.
First told you about less than a week ago, a 4-year-old boy was hospitalized with severe injuries. We told you there was an investigation into what happened, and tonight 2 people are behind bars facing child abuse charges.
You know, being beat and sexually abused and emotionally just battered, you know. And I knew that I didn't want my kids to have to grow up with that, and I don't want my grandchildren to have to grow up being beat.
This is Damon, and I was just making this video because I want you to know how my dad sexually abused me.
Did you molest your son? Did you touch him inappropriately? Did you have sex with him?
This afternoon, the district attorney filed charges against 28-year-old Ashley Wallace and her 30-year-old boyfriend, Jesse Martinez. Now, both are facing charges of felony child abuse.
This evening, Michelle and I will do what I know every parent in America will do, which is hug our children a little tighter, and we'll tell them that we love them, and we'll remind each other how deeply we love one another.
When I hear the term child abuse, I picture not only physical, but also psychological abuse, especially at the parent-child level.
Like a kid getting hit by their parents or verbally abused.
I picture parents acting out on their children out of anger, frustration when they're having a bad day and they come home to their kids. They don't have anybody else to blame, they take it out on their children. It's not just mentally or physically, it's just both ways.
Someone verbally or physically abusing a child?
I used to feel bad, I think, of just how it would make the kid feel.
Okay, so do you feel like this is an issue in Douglas County?
Yes.
Yes, why do you think like this is an issue?
Because I've heard people around me complain about the way that their parents treat them, which falls under verbal abuse, calling them fat and homo and all the different terms and slangs when they're just really the child's trying to express themselves.
A little bit. I don't really hear much of it, but for how small the area is, it's pretty common.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's definitely a lot of poverty and alcohol and drugs are a big cause.
Yes, I do. I'm not originally from Douglas County, so I don't know any specifics, but just from hearsay, I believe it's a prominent issue in Douglas County.
I haven't really witnessed it at all or seen it that much. I've seen ads on TV about it, but I don't think it's such a big problem.
So in 2010, 361 cases were found of child abuse, and 57.1% were 5 years and younger, 30.5% were 6 to 12 years old, and 12.5% were 13 years and older. Does that surprise you, and how does it make you feel?
Well, especially for the little kids under 5, because you don't really, what does a 5-year-old do to where he really needs to get like hit or screamed at or anything like that?
That's really sad, and we should do something to lower those numbers or prevent it to happen at all.
I'm not surprised. Statistically, we're a low-income area, so it makes sense. It's kind of irritated at the adults around me.
Real sad, because those numbers just show that child abuse starts at a very young age.
So I feel like that's a lot more than I had thought of. And we can do more things to fix that.
Okay, so with that said, what do you feel like could be done to stop child abuse?
Well, we could have more parenting classes, anger management classes if they're doing things out of anger. More ads on TV, pieces in the newspaper, things to get out that child abuse is a problem in Douglas County, let people be aware of it. So once they're aware of it, I think more precautions will be taken to stop it.
Well, a lot of it I know is caused from drugs and alcohol, so getting programs to help people get off drugs and alcohol will definitely lower those numbers and educate parents about it and show them like what's wrong, what's right, what they can't do, how to properly discipline their children.
Maybe give teenagers and their parents more of an outlet to like disperse their anger with.
Well, I think part of it is education, especially on the parental side.
Well, I think at a younger age we need to start telling kids what is acceptable and not acceptable for their parents to have them be treated. Because just like adults have standards and how they're supposed to be raised, the kids should have an idea of what they are.